Hello guys, welcome back. This is part 18 of lore walkthrough of Grim Dawn. Here we'll be reading lore notes. We will be learning about the lore from every NPC out there, and we are gonna write it in a notepad. That's all we do. We progress the story, but it is slow kind of in all of my other walkthroughs, especially like easier ones. I probably finish whole normal difficulty within 15 episodes, but it has taken 17 episodes to finish just the base game without touching any of the DLCs, and it will take a while to fully complete that. So, I mean, that's what we're here for, so that's what we will do. Last episode, what did we do last episode? Okay, last episode we did a lot. We started from Fort Icon. Um, Did we do Commander Lucius? I don't remember, but I hope we did. We did Commander Lucius, that's I know. That is truth, I know. We learnt about his lore, a lot of the people from Fort Icon's lore. And then we went to Necropolis, we learnt about the ritual, and we did kill Logorian. At the final part, I couldn't speak, but what happened was we killed Logorian. Algrim was taken away, consumed by the void somehow. Was it by the void? By the rift, I guess. I mean, but Chthonians are the people with void, so I mean, you can say it void. It's fine. So that happened, and yeah, we have some things we didn't read yet in our things, things in our stuff, chest, whatever you call this thing is, in our backpack. Okay, so now we finished base game. Before going, before proceeding to the second half of this game, I mean, or the DLC, first DLC, let me read all these notes. I think the order by which I need to read is um, these two and then this, I guess. Or is it this and this? Wait, I do not remember. Sorry guys that I do not remember. Maybe it's this. Okay, let me read this, guys. Then we will read these two. I hope any order is fine. Vestiaris, it's fine then. Okay. Gentlemen, I write this report to inform you that after 10 years of waiting, the Necropolis project has reached its final depth and we are at last ready to begin the second stage. I have requisitioned slaves, building materials, and the rune sealed crates to be shipped to the excavation site. I personally oversaw the transport of each of the deliveries and must inform you of one unfortunate incident. A wagon lost a wheel and one of the crates was damaged, causing a seal to be broken. This resulted in a leak. The driver insisted on helping, and despite my best attempts to dissuade him from touching the content, he got some of the leaking ichor on him. I dispatched that poor fool on the spot, a merciless end compared to what that vile fluid would have done to him. I have contained the damage and seen restitutions paid to the man's family. Besides this unfortunate incident, there were no further delays. The remains are safely stored at the bottom of the necropolis, awaiting the completion of the prison. I have presented your documentation to the old architect in charge of the construction, and while he protested, he did not stand in the way of the imperial writ. However, in the few months since I have been here, he has insisted upon reviewing what it is that we are doing to his great work, as he keeps calling it. I have expressed the lack of wisdom and safely safety of this course, but he persists. Hemal Listari has a family, which might be a source of leverage to force him to leave well enough alone. Unfortunately, I fear his curiosity may force us to take drastic measures before this project is finished. Vestiaris, Imperial Arcanist. So this was the guy. Um, okay, let me bring history of Necropolis. Clarity of Commission of the Necropolis. It is the Grand Architect and Hemal Listari. This guy and this guy are having a beef right now. Had a beef, not having had a beef before, where the necropolis was meant to be a place for um, showing respect to those that fall on the war that happened between Erulan and what was the other name? I do not remember. But two against two empires, they fought in that place, and as a respect, he won. The Imperial wants to build a grand graveyard for that, and he began the project for a while, but suddenly this guy, Imperial Arcanist, took um, took his hold of this place and is now was doing illegal things, which you could call that. That was the story we left last time. And here he says, if he if he tries something else, his curiosity may force us to take drastic measures, which means he will probably have to kill him in order to make sure the plan goes correct. It's fine. Sealed and final seal. I think we'll read the sealed in first. They promised us freedom in exchange for 10 long years of back-breaking labor. But now I know that we are all going to die in this place. Last night, while we slept, they took all the tools and the food. The entrance to the chamber is now solid rock and buzzes with an unearthly hum as if a swarm of wasps were inside. We have been sealed in this horrible place with nothing but these rune covered crates. There is a putrid moisture to them that bites at the back of your nostrils. I can't stare at the writing of them for too long. They burn the eyes and blur the vision. I don't think we should open them, but the others are starting to get hungry and hoping there is food inside. I know there isn't any. Every muscle in my body is telling me to get as far away from those crates as possible. The runes marking them are the same as those we were ordered to carve into the walls of this chamber. I believe this is a prison of some kind, built to hold whatever is slowly oozing out of those containers, and now we are trapped in here with it. I may have been on the losing side of the war, had to watch many of my comrades die in the battlefield, but this is no way for a man to die. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. So some of these guys were forced to work from the losing department. I mean, not department. Let's say um, from that empire, people who surrendered or like injured and like imprisoned for that and get caught like that. So they were supposed to work here, and suddenly this thing happened. Okay. I get that. The final seal. As we last, as at last we stand before the blood-soaked gates of victory, the Logorian will soon be awakened, and with it we shall usher in a new age. It is you, my loyal supplicants, that have paved the road to our final victory. Your dedication and sacrifice has carried us to the threshold, and I shall see us through. The ancients were determined in their construction of this final chamber. 100 of the Imperium's finest arcanists dropped dead to empower the runes, which now bind the Logorian's tomb. They believed their sacrifice worthy, their seals impenetrable. But we have an army of thousands surging with the power of the dead god. power that will not be contained. I have gladly put a blade to the throats of my most faithful and felt the rush of their life blood escaping. Blood they have given willingly in this final hour. With the power of their blood, I have shattered the final seal and begun the ritual. Soon the Logorian shall stir from its eternal slumber. The world will shudder once more under the gaze of the mouth of Chthon. So Logorian is the mouth of Chthon? Is that what they're saying? Let the blood flow. Talonus, Bloodlord Talonus. Bloodlord, this guy was the one overseeing all of this. Okay. Okay, guys, we are gonna open Grim Notes. We are gonna open Grim Notes and we're gonna write all this. At least a few. There's no pen, no pen, no pad. Wait. Okay. We have written a lot, guys, in terms of lore. Base game lore. I haven't written anything about Necropolis Khurn Empire. It's the Khurn Empire, okay? Hemal Listari, the Grand Architect, was supposed to build a grand graveyard in Necropolis in honor of the fallen, but midway it was changed by Vestari. I don't know his full name, but let's see. Imperial Arcanist. When confronted, he asked to get the Imperium's permission to proceed further, and until then his works are stopped. Bestari used this to bring in the chthonic ritualists within him, under him, and brought lots of vegan containing blood. What else did he do? I mean, after that, Bloodlord Thalonus was the one, was the head of this operation. Giant operation. It's a really big operation, guys. To bring wagons upon wagons of covered blood, fully filled with blood, and transporting it with that much of that's a big operation. That's a massive scale, to be honest. Hmm. Apparently, Logorian is the mouth of Chthon. So what was meant, I believe. It's fine. Don't know about that. 1 minute. better that you drink water sometimes. Okay, guys. All the important points. I believe I have written all of them. Hope it's fine. Yeah. Okay. So before seeing the cutscene and all, hope the sound doesn't burst. Volume warning, guys. Maybe actually have your sound less now. We'll speak to Inquisitor Creed now. Okay. You're returned. Is it finished then? The beast has been banished, but Ulgrim was put into the void along with it. And so a great moment of triumph is soured with tragedy. The cult's defeat at the Necropolis marks humanity's first major victory in this conflict, proving that we are not going to simply lie down and let ourselves be wiped out by fiends and spirits. Word of this victory will spread and give people hope that someday this nightmare will truly be over. Yet we cannot forget those who sacrificed their lives to bring us here. Rest in peace, Ulgrim. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. My bad. Brave men and women of the Black Legion who took up arms in defense of Erulan, a nation that scorned them as criminals, outcasts, and even traitors. In death, they were none of those things. They died as heroes. But I refuse to count Ulgrim among the dead just yet. I owe him that much. I could use your help. Are you with me? What about the Ethereals? Before that, we will ask. The cult is still out there. Shouldn't we stop them for good? Your actions at the Necropolis have severely crippled their activities. It will likely be some time before we have to deal with their ilk again. For now, we must see to strengthening our defenses. I have another question. What about the Ethereals? They are as much a threat as ever. Much of the Empire is still under their control. We must be prepared for an extended conflict. It may be years before we even breach the capital, much less expel the Ethereal from Cain. Capital is somewhere. So these all are happening only in Cain right now. That brings the scale a lot, no? That actually brings the scale much lot. It's fine. Okay, we're going to the conceit. What about Ulgrim?
Arum Ital, Arum Ital, Lo Ith Soler, Lo Ith Vis.
Uh-oh. My bad, guys. My bad, guys. My bad. Show me the email.
Arum Ital, Arum Ital, Lo Ith Soler, Lo Ith Vismir, Monum Ulgrim Thanakolo Utokrain. This is too dangerous. Need to find another way.
The Rift Gate! Something's coming through!
Inquisitor Creed, Devil's Crossing was attacked.
Take it easy, John. What's happened?
Some new kind of Ethereal. Just smashed right through our defenses. We need reinforcements. We're in bad shape.
I'll send help, but I can't spare much. We're equally pressed here. The loss of Ulgrim to the Void may be more serious than you realize.
Ulgrim is dead, Creed. You must know that. My people need help now. We won't survive another attack.
John,
It came from Malmuth. That thing that attacked Devil's Crossing. I escaped the city with a small group 2 weeks ago. Most died crossing the burning fields. My father was pulled into the bog by cannibals. I had to leave him. I was the only one who made it to Devil's Crossing. Malmouth has been a living nightmare since the Grim Dawn. I was part of the resistance there, if you can call it that. The Ethereals toyed with us, as if we ever had a chance. They let us fight on because they needed us. Needed our bodies for the grotesque things they make deep beneath the city. You think you're safe here, behind your stone walls. But those things from Malmouth will keep coming, and they will find you. And no fortress will ever be able to save you.
A chilling tale, indeed. In our fight against the Chthonians, we've overlooked a growing ethereal threat. We must find Ulgrim. But maybe we can aid Malmouth at the same time. You've already done a great deal, but we must ask for your help once again. We need you to strike at the heart of the ethereal invasion, far to the east, in the ruined city of Malmouth.
Interesting, guys, interesting. Okay, we got the 9th entry now. Good, you're back. Do you have a moment? Show what it is. I struggle to admit this, but I must abandon my efforts at opening a rift to reach Ulgrim. For all I have learned in battling the occult, I'm no warlock. During my last attempt, I nearly lost control of the ritual when something tried to breach my portal from the other side. This is too dangerous to continue. To make matters worse, Captain Bourbon has just arrived with a girl named Amala, bearing dire news from the east. While we struggled here to stop the Chthonians from unleashing terror and madness upon the world, the Ethereals have been far from idle. Everything they have done in this region is merely a sample of what is to come, if what Amala says is true. As much as it pains me to say this, our plans to rescue Ulgrim are secondary to the rising threat in the fallen city of Malmouth. The passage north from Burwich is quickly closing as the Aetherfire consumes everything. But perhaps we can accomplish both goals at once. I have some questions. Why is finding Ulgrim so tough? Why? Okay, I will. There is a lot to Ulgrim that you don't know about, that none of us know about. He seems more than human, and I suspect has been walking this world for a lot longer than you and I combined. He could become a devastating weapon of the Chthonians if we allow them to corrupt his mind. Maybe there is some degree of camaraderie influencing my thinking, but I do feel that he could become a threat if we leave him to be consumed by the madness of the void. I have some questions. Is there no other way to Malmouth? What happened in Malmouth? Amala can give you a more up-to-date explanation, but Malmouth was one of the first cities to fall to the Ethereals when the Grim Dawn occurred. Ulgrim passed through there on the way south when we split up at the capital, and his reports were as depressing as you would expect. We had believed Malmouth to be a lost cause, completely overrun by the enemy and devoid of survivors. But Amala here is a testament to humanity's resilience and evidence that the fight for Malmouth is not yet over. What can I expect out there? The road north from Burwich has never been unpleasant, passing through the treacherous Gloomwald and Ugdenbog. Between the toxic plant life and murky waters housing some of the Kane's most dangerous beasts, beyond the established road, it's an inhospitable hell, but that is precisely why the Coven chose to hide out there. No one would willingly venture into those untamed lands, so the Coven was isolated and left in peace. I have another question. Is there no other way to Malmouth? Used to be. You could travel across the lake, but with the waters full of eldritch monstrosities and intact ships in short supply, we do not have the capabilities to send that many soldiers up to Malmouth via the water. Better to encounter forces on land have a chance against them to find ourselves at the mercy of whatever lurks beneath the depths of the lake. It's not a risk I would want to take. Ooh, so eldritch horrors are lying in lakes, huh? Along the depths of the lakes. You'll have to follow the roads from Burwich or perhaps travel via Riftgate if you manage to secure one. I'm counting on you. How can we be sure the coven still exists? Algrim shared with me some of what he saw on his journey to Devil's Crossing. Though he was sparing on detail, he did mention that some of the coven survived the Grim Dawn. He had suggested we try to ally with them earlier, but I was reluctant until now. I have another question. I'm going to destroy a barrier with a pendant. It may not look like much, but that pendant has helped me out of many tricky situations, including my ordeal with Warden Krieg. Trust me, it is inscribed with powerful luminary runes. Throw it into the barrier and it will do the rest. Okay, if you say so, Creed, if you say so. You see, the luminary have long been aware of a coven of witches hiding out to the north of Burwich, using the treacherous territory to deter pursuers. The witches will know the lay of the land and should be aware of any paths that remain through the Aether Fire. And I have hopes that they will be able to do what I could not, reveal where the Loghorian has taken Algrim. Why? Why do the witches know? Because they are occultists. Okay. Okay, occult magic, that's right. Okay. So void and those types of magic are from witches, I believe. Okay. I would go myself, but I doubt the arrival of a high ranking inquisitor will be looked upon kindly within the circle. And I am needed in Devil's Crossing. I know that you have suffered much already in the defense of humanity, but you are the only one I can trust with this. Take my pendant and travel north from the Burwich estates. A barrier of Aether Fire will stand in your way, but the pendant will make short work of it. Head north through Gloomwald until you reach the edges of Ugdenburg, where I believe the Coven has made their home. You cannot arrive empty-handed, or will burn any memory of discovering their location right out of your mind. Ooh. Why can I not arrive empty-handed? I recommend you hunt down a creature known as Carax's Fool, the scourge of Ugdenburg. I imagine it has grown quite large over the years, preying on unwary travelers making their way through Gloomwald. Find the beast within its waterside lair in Gloomwald and bring its heart to the Coven. I'm sure they will find some nefarious use for it, but we must overlook that in light of our situation. Show them this keepsake of Algrim's and find us a way to Malmouth. We'll be awaiting your signal. Sure, Creed, sure, if you say so. Desperate measures. Creed's pendant. At first glance, it appears to be a simple pendant, yet it emanates with power. Algrim's keepsake, a rather mundane object considering the implications. Inquisitor Creed hopes to use it to home in on Algrim's location. Interesting, guys. Okay, Amala Torvin. Have I heard this name? No, probably. Excuse me, could I have a moment of your time? I overheard that you will be headed beyond Gloomwald in the hopes of reaching Mammoth. It's noble of you to spearhead this effort, but I was hoping there was something you could look into for me. You see, I did not travel down here alone. I was with my father. He was injured in Gloomwald, and I had no choice but to leave him behind in search of aid. What happened? My father and I were part of a small group that managed to escape the confines of Mammoth's ruins. But we did not get far before the casualties began. The spreading Aether Fire and roaming ethereals saw to that. But it was not until we reached Ugdenburg that the horrors truly began. Cannibals, poisonous fumes, and even carnivorous plants threatened our every move. By the time we entered Gloomwald, it was just my father and I, but we were not out of danger yet. Ooh. A pack of cannibals ambushed us in the night. My father was injured in the fray. While it wasn't fatal, I had no choice but to leave him so that I could find help. Eventually, I found my way to Devil's Crossing. I'm not sure how long my father can survive on his own. He was never very good with weapons or much of anything for that matter. Nevertheless, he's the only family I got left, and I want to look for him. But the Inquisitor insists that I first debrief him on every detail that I can recall on Mammoth. On your way through Gloomwald, you will spare some time and search for my father. He cannot have strayed far from the main road. Okay, I'll find. Is there anything else? From these guys, I don't think I'll get anything else. There is there is Anasteria. There is I have blood. I need this one, and I need a tainted one. We'll also try to finish Anasteria side by side. So hopefully it won't take a bunch of time for her. Do you have the materials? Yes, here they are. Wonderful. These should last me for some time. Okay, what did she ask first for these things? I do not remember, guys. What did she ask this for? I have to check back the recording, I guess. Wait, let me check the notepad. Have I written anything? Anasteria. Only this I wrote about her. It's fine, I guess. Malmuth plotline starts now. That when a new type of ethereal struck at Devil's Crossing, we have to find Mammoth through Gloomwald in Utenborg. Wonderful. These should last me for some time. Say, have you ever heard the tale of the great beast Beronath? No, but I'd like to hear it. It is a legend as old as time, it seems, with countless retelling of different heroes and sometimes even different creatures. In each of them, a great hero tracks down a monster that's been tormenting local villages. The hunt takes the hero 10 long years through forgotten lands and to far off shores, but it always ends atop a mountain where Bernath is impaled upon a spear of bone. The beast plummets from the peaks, and from its spilled blood were born the fiends and monsters we dread to this day. What? The beast plummets from the peaks, okay, and from its spilled blood were born the fiends and monsters. Oh, okay, this is old folklore, probably, okay. The details are muddled in folklore, but one fact remains constant. Beronath once lived, okay, Beronath once lived. To have a piece of such ancient lineage could prove useful to my spellwork, and I believe I know where one such spawn of Beronath dwells. The people of Burwich call it Kaliska the Bone Hunter. Ooh, we are going to Eastmarsh then. It hunts within the area called Eastmarsh, but makes it dwelling up the crags. Track down this creature for me and slay it. Then harvest one of its fangs and bring it to me. I'll acquire the fang for you, my lady. Have I done Eastmarsh at all, guys? I do not remember. But if we want to do, we could go now. Before starting Act 5, we could do Eastmarsh, and one more place is The thing in Twin Falls, this area, a small area here, this and East Marsh we could do, and then we can move on to what's the place. So Beranath is a living legend of this place. From him only all these evil things started spreading. Is that what meant in the folklore? I will write this down. There was once a beast named Beranath, and it is an old folklore, but Anastasia says that from his death was born the fiends and other monsters. Interesting lore. Okay, let me check first Twin Falls if I could do that. I haven't did this side. It's a really small side to do this. What the hell? Why did it lag, guys? I don't remember this game lagging a lot. Why is it suddenly doing that? Okay, let me actually check is there anything getting. I haven't played this account in a while, so people kinda play this slowly. Surely though, we aren't supposed to lose anyway. There is actually a piece of lore there, so it's good to go take that. Colosseum horrors. Oh, this used to be a Colosseum. Okay, if that is that monster guy, that big, bad. Okay, Karnath. Yeah, it's this guy. Guys, we have a problem. El problemo. Okay, that guy died. Oh, Chillblood's carcass. Vas? Okay, guys, I think we solved everything here. We'll go back to Devil's Crossing. I would like to speak with who it is. Amala's here now. Oh, I can ask her about Malmuth, no? Yeah, yeah. What can you tell me about Malmuth? It's where I grew up, really. It was the only home I've ever known. The day it all started, my mom never came home from the market. Father was the only other family I had in the city, so I sought him out to look for her. But when the whole city erupted into chaos, we knew that she wasn't ever coming home. Ooh, it's a sad day, I guess. Most everyone was butchered in the first conflicts. Some of us gathered in the sewers in hopes of fighting back, but it was all futile. The ethereals let us think that we stood a chance. In truth, they were just harvesting us for their grotesque creations. A group of us had enough of the horrors, so we made a plan to escape. Only I made it to Devil's Crossing. hmm Anything you can tell me about the ethereals over in Malmuth? At first, it was much like the dead rising with that eerie aether glow. But then the mutations started rising from the depths of the city, each more grotesque and twisted than that of the last. It's as if they were experimenting on the bodies of the fallen. What remains of one of their latest creations awaits here. Wow. Anything I should know about the road up? The aether fire was spreading rapidly, so I'm not sure there was even a way up to Malmuth anymore. But before you can worry about endless fields of fire, you will have to make it through the wilderness in Gloomwald and Ugdenburg. And that's not much better. The mushrooms there are toxic. Some even releases caustic spores when you get near. The animals are ruthless, but the cannibals, knowing that they were once people, makes it so much worse. I never thought I would have to kill people. I still feel their blood on my hands. How did you make it all the way to Devil's Crossing? I didn't start on my own. We were part of a group that slipped through the Ethereal's defenses in Malmuth. Most of us didn't make it very far to the Aetherfire. I had to leave my father behind in Gloomwald. This is what we know. Okay, it's fine. It is fine. It is fine. Okay, this was the Ethereal, John Boban. Captain, good luck out in Ogdenburg. I only travelled north of Burwich a handful of times, and the journey was never a pleasant one. I cannot imagine it's fared any better with the lack of patrols and human activity. What's next for Devil's Crossing, bro? We're going to clean up this mess, tighten our defense, prepare for the worst. As always, we will persevere. Anything I should be afraid of? I think it's just the same thing. Gloomwald and Ugdenburg, really toxic place. Regular patrols kept the roads mostly safe for travel, but there was always a risk when traveling between Burwich and the northern settlements. Those that could afford it generally preferred to go by boat. I don't know what it is about that bog, but it's a breeding ground for predators. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, guys. Before proceeding further in Burwich, okay, not here, it's here. Yeah, we will do East Marsh. We could do a lot in East Marsh actually. Also, we got okay. Before going to East Marsh, though, I would like to sell all my weapons and read one paper, which I got right. Colosseum Horrors. So we'll go back to Devil's Crossing, and okay, is this good? To be honest, no. .330 armor with 9% health and 6% total speed. I mean, I might have that. Ooh. Only pet, guys. Only pet is important here, okay? So bonus is 52%, and I mean, I feel like that's good, to be honest. We have two. Oh, we have Journey of Inquisitor Creed as well. So that will go crazy. This one is 31 and 5%. Blight Fiend, I mean, it's all the same thing, no? It's all the same thing. It's nothing really different. +2 to all in Necromancer, but it's nothing for specifically us. Ooh. Okay, do we need Aether Chaos? I want to check my Aether Chaos resistances. Chaos is maxed. Aether is not maxed, but Elemental is really bad for us right now. So I believe this is better, to be honest. Bleed is fine actually, so I'm not gonna change it. It is 24% more damage. Not really worth. So I think it's fine. This thing is, I lose 5 to 6% of Aether Chaos, but I think this is much also worth in terms of like a few things. This one is honestly fine. Can remove the ring. I'll put honestly. The ring is okay. Is there physical res here? Does it show physical res? Physical resistance is 11%. I mean, 11% is good enough if it has a good amount of armor, but no, it won't have that much armor. So which one is good, guys? I believe the 5% physical res is fine. So I might have to change this thing then. Yeah, that's how it should be. Okay, so it's 50 amulet. I could put this. Is this good enough? +1 to all in Necromancer, which is sometimes really good. Not, you know what? You know what? I am putting it, and I'm okay. We don't have Amala is dead, guys. Amala is dead. If Amala is not dead, I can actually remove like how much points? 3 points. I could actually remove 3 points from here. Wow, I could remove 3 more points from here and put it like here one, and occultist I could get these two and whatnot, right? It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, I get a bunch of physical risk here, so I don't think it's even that important. I mean, it's important still. Fine, fine, fine. Enough speaking. Keep add on. Keep add on. Keep add on. Keep add on. Okay. Oh no. So now we could go back. I mean, is everything fine? One minute, guys. We will need dynamites, so I'll keep the dynamites. But none of these three are important. That's that. Manticore Venom. Do not really care. I could honestly Soulbound can destroy it. Okay. Okay, before going, we will read. First is Journey of Inquisitor Creed. With the help of the Taken, we have dealt a serious blow to the cult of Chthon. I don't want to diminish the immensity of such a triumph, especially given small force and limited resource we were working with, but I fear it comes at a great cost. While our attention was focusing on denying the Logorian entrance to this world, the Ethereals were certainly not idle. Many in Devil's Crossing have paid the ultimate price, but such is the way of war. And it may sound careless to say, but we traded well, losing only a handful while preventing a monstrosity from escaping the void that could have heralded the end of the world as we know. It is a win for humanity. What disturbs me what disturbs me though is the loss of Algrim to the void. Bourbon apparently does not share my concern, and I think he sees it as ill afforded sentiment on my part. Bourbon sees Algrim as merely a man, but I am certain there is more to him. I believe he is an ascendant, a man who has become a demigod. Ooh, that is something we need to try, guys. Inquisitor Creed thinks Algrim is not a human, but rather calls him an ascendant, someone on the leagues of a demigod. Algrim expertly plays the part of a jovial and unassuming character, but his eyes say much more. He makes offhanded reference to historical events with details and a familiarity to someone recalling a personal memory. For all his outward jocularity, there is gravity to him, and it is clear he has witnessed much. I suspect more than one could experience in such a single lifetime. Yet, for all that, and despite his obvious efforts to downplay it, Algrim possesses remarkable strength and energy for the middle aged man he appears to be. He often carries himself in a relaxed, casual manner, moving languidly, but at rare moments I have seen him react and move with impossible speed. I feel that he could do much more than he has in fighting the enemies of man, but I am not sure why he is holding back. Perhaps we will never know. Maybe Bourbon is right. Perhaps Algrim is lost to the void. Somehow, though, I feel we will see him again, and if we do, it will go a long way towards confirming my suspicions. Then again, strange times are these where a nameless wretch, cut down from the noose, has risen up to become possibly the greatest hero of our time. Nameless wretch. They call me Nameless Wretch, bro. Also, Creed called me a nameless wretch. Cut down from the nose, has risen to become possibly the greatest hero of our time. If the Taken continues on this path and survives this war, I wonder if perhaps they too are on the path of ascendancy. Oh, he believes that if I continue this path, I will also become ascendant. Okay, that is the journey of Journal of Inquisitor Creed, guys. That was interesting, to be honest. Next is Coliseum Horus, which is not even related to any part of the main line. This is also a big one, kind of, right? Yeah. I joined my colleagues at the Coliseum to watch the gladiators battle. It was a perfect day, perfect weather, warm with a slight breeze coming off the river. Joined by good friends and a few skins of Elbouk's golden wine. We even got good seats from a wealthy merchant who couldn't get away for some business he had to attend to. We could not believe the fortunes that smiled upon us. We were prepared for a great showing of bravery and excitement. What we saw instead was a nightmare. Wow. The first match was a simple duel between the veteran Karnath and some criminal whose name I immediately forgot. It wasn't a fight but an execution, an appetizer before the main show. In the opener, Karnath toyed with the man, tapping his sword and dodging his pathetically slow attacks. When the crowd got bored and started booing, Karnath did a quick swipe and the man's guts spilled out onto the sand. The people roared and Karnath threw his arms up in triumph, turning his back on the criminal and walked away to bask in the accolades. But that was when things took a horrifying turn. The criminal was a dead man. Nobody could have survived such a vicious blow. But instead of dropping upon his own insides, he just stood there looking at the intestines piling up in the bloody sand. After a few breaths, the man staggered forward. I figured at last the fight would be over, but instead he surged forward, his gut dragging behind him, and buried his blade deep into Karnath's back. A silent gasp overcame the crowd as they witnessed the fall of their favored champion. But he too did not stagger from the lethal blow. Karnath simply looked at the blade erupting from his chest, spat up a mouthful of blood, and pulled himself free of it. He turned slowly towards his would-be killer. In a rage, Karnath struck out and with a mighty clash of steel knocked the blade from the criminal's hand. With the backswing, he cut the man's arms clean off at the elbow. The now delimbed criminal stumbled backward to recover his weapon, but Karnath had other ideas. The gladiator stamped a mailed boot down on a bundle of sand-covered bloody flesh that snaked its way from its opponent. With a heave, he pulled the criminal back towards him and proceeded with a series of cruel attacks that could only be described as butchery. The crowd watched in silence, horror and awe frozen on their face, as Karnath delimbed the man, who screamed all the while for mercy. But he would not die. His blood had long stopped pumping, but still he would not die. Exhausted and confused, Karnath stepped back from his bloody work. The criminal now, just the remnants of a torso and a head, gasped and screamed, The gladiator scowled and walked out of the arena towards the barracks with dark purpose upon the blood drenched sword, still clenched in his hand. The crowd remained for some time, stunned by what they had discovered. Nobody came to help the butchered man, who still clung to life at the center of the arena. Though not a word was spoken, our minds were as one. We all feared whatever malady had struck him, so would befall us too should we get too close. How wrong we were to think that the curse had already claimed us all. Mar Plavos, first son of House Plavos. This is the curse of Urubruk, right? Urubruk, the great necromancer, and his curse. Toyed even the people who did not know anything about it, bro. They did not know anything about it. Interesting, interesting. Okay, what is the worst resistance I have? Pierce. Pierce is the worst. Pierce and Vitality for some reason. Vitality is fine for the skeletons, so I'm not even bothered. Huh, we'll see. Okay, we are going to Barwich village now. Hopefully we'll finish Eastmarsh before the end of today's episode. Lore-wise we did a lot, guys. Lore-wise we did a lot. Eastmarsh is a big place, to be honest. It's a really big place. Spending some time is perfectly fine. I just cannot get that, I guess. I mean, we'll proceed. Okay, for this I need scrap and iron. Oh, okay. Bus? Bus? My bad, guys, my bad. It was already repaired. My dumb brain thought it was broken. And I was like, why? What? Dynamite? I thought, but I never questioned it. That's how stupid I am, guys. That's how stupid I am. It's fine. I have money. And you know, one thing, if you have money, you should have everything, to be honest. Okay guys, we will now proceed. We'll first do the top side of this place. Also this side place we can go also for that. I haven't done that in a while. We haven't done that on this place. I wonder if we will ever get to speak with Baranath, or I mean we will ever see Baranath. I have never seen such a name, but I hope we'll see one day. Maybe in Fangs of Astar Khan he will come, because he's a beast, right? Guys, I'm not healthy. You know why? Because everything went for damage with these guys. And oh, a celestial totem can spawn here. Okay, I hope I can win this though. I hope my My guys aren't too bad. Kill that guy, that's all. That's good enough. Oh, so the Celestial can either be here or here, I believe. Nice, nice. Burwich Cathedral. A cathedral in Burwich, guys. A cathedral in Burwich. Origins of the Slith, page 1. I believe we got the page 2 one, no? Wait, I want to check that. Did we get page 2? Enemy insights? No. It's about history. Origin of Slith, page 2 we had. We got page 1 here, so that is good. And there's a Gift of Chthon now, which is another interesting thing. This thing doesn't have anything, but it's fine, I believe. I forgot the guy we just killed now. I didn't even check his name. I do remember. I don't remember, I guess. I mean, if we read it, I think I'll get to know easier. It's fine. Okay, and that is Cathedral done and dusted. Oh, there is a is this like a secret place or what? Oh man, I don't know, guys. There doesn't seem to be anything, but hopefully there was something. Yes. I don't know. Let's see. Let me check that. I'm fine. I've never seen anything there, but the future, there might be something. We will check that out later. So East Marsh is like a big swamp. So it must have swamp bosses. I believe swamp bosses are like who are essentially swamp bosses? I don't know. Like these guys. These guys, I don't. It's not intuitive that these guys are like the creatures that live in swamp. The trolls, I do believe trolls are like fine to live in swamp. I mean, also they are imbued with green substance all over them, so that's a good cover for them. I'm gonna say this, guys, this place is really big. Uh-oh. Muddy note. Okay, we're 51. Put on more point, and the rest is gonna go for. I want to get that thing next, so for that it's gonna go. Okay, we'll finish the left end because left end is much easier to do and not get busy. I believe there is a boss. Garastus, the Ruthless. The celestial totems, if you want to get, like, those are like here and here. Those are the only thing I come sometimes to. I mean, celestial totems are really good, no? To get the lotus. It has a chance, but still better than not having a chance. Okay, that is the left side. Okay, what is this like? I hate this, guys. I hate that it does this. Why lag? Feels it does it for no reason though. That is the point. Yo, can't I kill this? No. This one? No. Guys, I thought I can do something to this. Okay, I could do. That is. Yes, I hope the power comes. I hope the power comes. Okay, the power did come, so fine. I hope it doesn't again go. This was that guy's place, I believe. Interesting, interesting. I think the episodes are getting bigger and bigger, guys. Okay, I have to go back this side because I haven't done a lot on this part. I believe you can go through one of these waterfalls on this end, I guess, somewhere. I don't remember, but I have checked on East Marsh the first time I ever played this game, so I just fully checked all the small surrounding parts. I think it stays. No, not this either. Huh? It's fine. It's fine. It is fine. You know what? So it's probably the last of the gang, and we can proceed now. Okay, the current power, and it again came, which means whatever, but it is what it is, guys. Sometimes it is what it is. Trying to check this area fully before guys, something is. Was it down? I cannot get it. I cannot get it. Boss. I'm doing so much of damage, guys. That is what's important. The more important thing is that I'm doing good damage. Okay, now we are gonna go this way. Urbruk's journal. Ooh, we finally got some lore, guys. Finally got some lore about Urbruk. This journal, page 1. I have never seen this. Okay, that is the boss girl there, Kaliska. Kaliska is her name. I forgot her name. It is Kaliska. Okay. Okay. That is the only thing left here. What are you hiding, Kaliska? Oh, we also get a shrine here. Really good. Okay then. Is that all, guys? Is that all of this side? I believe that is all of East Marsh. We will check this place probably in next episode. We will check this place, we will read all of these journals, and then we will start Act 5. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.